Again, I'm coming in live stream for reading the slok of Bhagavad Gita, Adhyay number 2 and slok number 40. Matra sparsastu kaunteya sitoshna sukha dukha da agama anityastam sti Tikshakshva Bharata. Translation in English. O son of Kunti, the non-permanent, O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and the disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer seasons. They arise from sense perception, ocean of Bharat, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed. Purport. In the proper discharge of duty, one has to learn to tolerate non-permanent appearance and disappearance of happiness and distress. According to Vedic injunction, one has to take his bath early in the morning, even during the month of Megha, January, February. It is quite cold at that time, but in spite of that, man who abides by the religious principles does not hesitate to take his bath. Similarly, a woman does not hesitate to cook in the kitchen in the months of May and June, the hottest part of the summer season. One has to execute his duty in spite of climatic inconveniences. Similarly, to fight is the religious principle of the Kshatriya, and although one has to fight with some friend or relative, one should not deviate from his prescribed duty. One has to follow the prescribed rules and regulations of religious principles in order to rise up to the platform of knowledge, because by knowledge and devotion can one liberate himself from the clutches of Maya, illusion. The two different names of address given to Arjuna are also significant. To address him as Kaunteya signifies his great blood relations from his mother's side, and to address him as Bharat signifies his greatness from his father's side. From both sides, he is supposed to have great heritage. A great heritage brings responsibility in the matter of proper discharge of duties. Therefore, he cannot avoid fighting. So here I am reading, I finished to read 14th text, verse of Adhyay number 2. Now I'm going to read 15 number slok. Yam hina vyathayante yete purusham purusharshava samadukha sukham dhiram shomrutvaya kalpate. Meaning, in English, O best among men, Arjun, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is steady, both is certainly eligible for liberation. Purport. Anyone who is steady in his determination for the advanced stage of spiritual realization can equally tolerate the onslaughts of distress and happiness is certainly a person eligible for liberation. In the Varnashram institution, the fourth stage of life, namely the renounced order sannyasa, is a painstaking situation, but one who is serious about making his life perfect surely adopts the sannyas order of life in spite of all difficulties. The difficulties usually arise from having to sever family relationships, to give up the connection of wife and children. But if anyone is able to tolerate such difficulties, surely his path to spiritual realization is complete. Similarly, in Arjun's discharge of duties as a Kshatriya, he is advised to preserve, even if it is difficult to fight with his family members or similarly beloved persons. Lord Chaitanya took not Sankhya, but sannyas at the age of 24, and his dependents, young wife, as well as old mother, had no one else to look after him. Then, yet for a higher cause he took sannyas and was steady in the discharge of higher duties. That is the way of achieving liberation from material bondage. So people, respected people, I'm here reading two sloka of Adhyaya 2 of Bhagavad Gita, and I hope you'd like to listen this interesting spiritual matter which belongs to Bhagavad Gita. Very good morning. Not, I'm sorry. Very good evening, Prasanji. Just a minute, I'm coming back.